Greeting folks, Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU here for another Legacy stream. Today we are playing with the winner of Brewing Around Shifting Ceratops, which this list was put together by Reddit user Pagan Fears, and it's really cool. So Nether Void is the card that this deck. Let me rephrase that. Nether Void is the card that gives this deck its identity. So Nether Void is an enchant world, which goes back to the early years of Magic. And whenever a player casts a spell, counter it unless that player pays 3. We're playing this alongside a bunch of uncounterable cards, like Abrupt Decay, Vexing Shusher, Prowling Serpopod, and Shifting Ceratops. So Shifting Ceratops is normally a very good Magic card, sees play in Dino Stompy, Maverick decks, occasionally out of the sideboard of something like a blue-green Show and Tell deck list. And here it's being pushed even further because of the power of Nether Void. To get Nether Void into play, we have Academy Rector, Veteran Explorer, and Cabal Therapy, the package that is traditional to Nic Fit. So we are essentially playing a Nether Void Nic Fit deck list today. And I'm really looking forward to this one. Is there anything interesting to say about the sideboard? The sideboard felt pretty straightforward to me. Let me take another look, though. Yeah, the sideboard is largely just good stuff that you would expect to see in a base black-green deck. Leyline Slots uses Veils, Carpets, Chokes, Oof, Rex Sage. Yeah, not too much to say there. Although I guess I did not mention that Academy Rector has other targets other than just the Nether Void. It can also get an Overwhelming Splendor to turn everything into 1/1s and potentially cheese some easy wins. With that being said, let's just kind of hop into the matches here. I don't have another window open. Greek Teddy, we have not. What's the name of the card? The Surly Badger Sores were not yet available on Card Hoarder for some reason. So I'm going to have to do that later this week. I don't know why these aren't available. I guess this is Commander 2020? Is that not out yet? Commander 2020 MTGO release date? That should have been released in April. Why is that not available for rent? Okay, well, we'll figure that out later. It appears in the program. It's got to be out. That's Future Phil's problem. So I was intending on playing Miranda Keith's deck list earlier today, and then I realized that there's a ton of expensive cards in this deck, so I might have to try to borrow some from someone in the community, because Uros are stupid expensive and Okos are stupid expensive. But yeah, anyway, let's jump into the league here with Nether Void Ceratops goodness. Yeah, but Greek Teddy, I was super impressed by that deck list. I thought you put together something that was really cool. So definitely looking forward to playing with that. I love Anji's Ravager. That card's so cool. And this deck list really seems to push it to the extreme. And I hope it plays out as well as it does in my mind. Because in my mind, it's just like the synergy machine. All right, we're playing against Luinal, who has played Depths recently. It feels kind of like I want a veteran explorer in my opening hands. But it may just be that like turn 4 Nether Void when I'm on the play is good enough in a lot of cases. We're gonna name Vampire Hex Mage and try to stop an early combo kill. Ooh, hit! Bad news being that my Nether Void probably doesn't get to hit play because my opponent has both Duress and Thoughtseize. Yeah, I'm really unsure whether or not I was supposed to throw back this hand. Decay off the top would be great. Rector is kind of whatever. Kind of need to answer this Elvish Reclaimer or draw a Caracas. Well, I will fetch. Oh, I forgot to change Cardboard Live, didn't I? Thank you for that reminder. I don't usually stream 2 lists in a day. If I were on my opponent's side of the table, I think like Caracas or Karn the Great Creator would be the cards that would be on my mind. I think I'm actually playing Academy Rector because I think my game plan for beating Merit Lodge is put the curse into play. I feel like that just probably wins me the game on its own. Do I want to fetch to thin? I guess not. This enchants player. So you cast Arrest, you cast Thoughtseize, you cast Sylvan Scrying. I guess I name Assassin's Trophy because like that's one of the few cards that I could like possibly care about at this point. I was scared, and then I won. That was cool. Guess the hand was a keep, because it worked. Veil of Summer for discard seems fine. And a Rex Sage for their Needle, if it's on something like Pernicious Deed, could be okay, I guess. Maybe we'll Thoughtseize, but that's kind of question mark. So let's figure out what is not good. I don't really need Vexing Shusher as a 2/2. These, I guess, trade with Elvish Reclaimers before I shrink them. Nether Void is really, really good if they don't have Elvish Reclaimer in play. But there's going to be hands where they just like are going under Nether Void, especially when I'm on the draw. Maybe I'm supposed to do something like this. Deed wipes like Needles, Sylvan Libraries, Elvish Reclaimers, and also kills my Veteran Explorers. Maybe I board out like all but one Nether Void when I'm on the draw. And like trim a creature. Well, maybe if I'm leaving in Deeds, I don't need this. Try something like that. You know, obviously I don't have sideboarding experience here. My opponent has mulliganed once. I don't get to interact with them at all. I think I'm going to go ahead and ship this one on the draw. I can put the Overwhelming Splendor back into my deck, so that probably makes this hand a keep. I do not have Dryad Arbor in this list, right? I do not. Well, Leyline of the Void. That does shut off Veteran Explorer. Does shut off Veteran Explorer. Not bad. This probably takes Library now. Maybe it takes Veil or Green Sun. I still put the 1/1 clock into play. We'll hold up Veil. I probably put the 1/1 clock into play. Awkward as that is to say. And Jersey Devil 89, thank you very much for following. is just another veteran explorer as of right now. Need to get to 4 mana so that it turns into a real threat. This made my hand incredibly awkward. I want to draw lands, so I'm not going to just thin. Academy Rector is a great draw. I can cast another Green Sun for X equals 1. That doesn't really seem to do anything to me. I just refreshed the page and the deck list is there for me. We decided on no Rec Sage. Which, now that I know my opponent has Leyline of the Void, feels off. Oh no, this shuts off Academy Rector too, doesn't it? This is another dies exile trigger, not leaves play. Good catch, chat. Guess that means I'm going to get another 1 mana idiot out of this for now. Maybe it doesn't. Green Sun is largely just more copies of Veteran Explorer. We're not a Green Sun toolbox deck. So like this is a 2 mana copy of Veteran Explorer and a 5 mana copy of Shifting Ceratops. And it's so good if I have Rec Sage here. Oh well. Now I drop Veil of Summer, so this probably gets Abrupt Decayed. Like something that would make sense for my opponent to have. You don't have Reach, do you? Not have Reach. Definitely didn't realize how much Leyline hosed me. That means I need Rec Sage. Cut the last Nether Void. I really want to have access to it in case I draw Overwhelming Splendor. I still want to have something to get. Leaves me at 15 creatures, which is really like 19 creatures because of Green Sun. Probably fine. Yeah, I guess I've only cut 3 creatures. I cut a bunch of Nether Voids. I think I actually Cabal Therapy a Thoughtseize on turn 1 here. God damn it. Alright. Losing the Cabal Therapy for flashback purposes is really rough with this hand, even if I answer the Leyline at some point. Lots of different things that I can name here. I'm just going to name Thoughtseize so my opponent doesn't know what I'm working with over here. JK, they had Inquisition. That's rough. Now I'd get Inquisition, lose the Edict. And now, like, all of the merits of my hand are gone. The opponent has Stage Depths in hand, and I don't have a way to interact with it currently. And I can't Rector cheese this win. I think we're dead on turn 1. Oh, that's a Diabolic Intent, not a Diabolic Edict? Alright, I have to read this card. That opening hand was way worse than I thought it was. I thought that was just an art of Diabolic Edict that I didn't know about. Whoops. Regardless, I still think I keep the, like, Academy Rector hand. Oh, wow, they got Sajiri Step there. So that means, like, they have the combo in hand. Yikes. Yeah, it certainly feels like we won Assassin's Trophy over Decay based on this match. I guess I put the Rector into play. Oh yeah, we boarded out the Nether Void, so we're not feeling that this time. Yeah, that's what I... Now we just have to, like, bluff having something. Alright, turns out we just, like, cannot beat Leyline of the Void. That's rough, given that that card is popular. Alright, I'm gonna grab a snack. I'll be just 2 seconds. Yeah, like the uncounterability of Abrupt Decay is probably better for this deck, but like in that matchup, not having access to more answers to Leyline of the Void specifically was brutal. Yeah, GG. Apparently, like I fold to Leyline of the Void because like in games 2 and 3, I had these Veteran Explorer Academy Rector hands, and I couldn't touch Leyline. It was brutal. But at least I got to do the thing once. Like, I got game 1 with Overwhelming Splendor. Can't be mad. Is turn 2 Nether Void good? Unclear. I am admittedly going to lose my effing mind if my opponent plays the uncounterable elf that makes all their stuff uncounterable this turn. Opponent has given something some thought over there. Okay, we are playing against elves. I mean, the good news is it's not Allosaurus Shepherd. Kind of a shame. So I play this Cabal Therapy that only gets me up to 3 mana afterwards. I think Nether Voiding is perhaps more important. So Cabal Therapy costs me 1 mana. So like I use this to cast Cabal Therapy. Veteran Explorer gives me. Oh, I'm gonna have an extra black afterwards. Yeah, because okay, yep, not an issue then. Guess let's get Plains Swamp, then I get Forest the next time around. Off Windswept Heath. Opponent's start was good enough that I might have some issues beating it. Oh yeah, I'm 100%. No, I don't name Natural Order, right? Because if they had Natural Order, they had 3/4 mana for it last turn. I probably either name like Crater Hoof or Green Sun. They might have like not cast a Green Sun last turn. Oh, I just gave them that forest. Then yeah, I name Natural Order. Nice. The awkward thing is that, like, because of their Gaia's Cradle, they're actually pretty good at beating Nether Void. It probably means they can't, like, do a Glimpse Chain or something. I just need to, like, not die to Elves beats. This is counter unless they pay 3, so I can play my 2-drops uncounterably now. I really need a hit next turn, though. That card is not good. I guess of these, the Rector is the best. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 next turn. Need another green source here for green cards. I don't think I want to waste one of my looks with a Veteran Explorer. I think I just want to get deeper. Alright, so I played my land. I don't think I want to play the second Nether Void. It's an enchant world, so that doesn't work anyway. Next turn I can play Academy Rector, but it's probably too late at that point. I'll just die to 1/1s, even if they don't have abilities. So I basically need to hit Pernicious Deed. Then I cast Pernicious Deed for 3. pay 3 and then wipe 1. Yeah, it feels like Elves is just going to end up powering through Nether Void a lot of the time. Awkward. Oh, did opponent just draw Hoof for natural order? Nope, just Elvish Visionary. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so it is just Deed, I think, that gets me out of this. None of those cards are Deed. Can I pay life to kill myself? Nope. Like, I can Academy Rector this turn and get a curse into play, but, like, showing that to my opponent is disastrous if it doesn't, like, win the game. Yeah, I can Rector for Deed, but then I don't have the mana to activate for 1. So, like, it's 4 mana, cast Rector, 3 mana, pay for it. So given how that went, I think we're boarding out our Nether Voids. And boarding in Thoughtseizes. I guess we're keeping 1 Nether Void. What does this card do again? Sack a creature, tutor for a card. Okay, that's pretty good. It's weird that my opponent is a combo deck that resolves around wanting to cast a whole bunch of spells, but my Nether Voids might not be good against them a huge proportion of the time. Terribly awkward. But I think we're rectoring for Deed a huge portion of the time because I'm going to like fall behind. No, I don't think they're going to bring in anything that I care about Rec Sage for. This is Veteran Explorer with no ability to sack it. This one's a mulligan. I guess this hand is a keep. Like Decay the first elf. Hope to draw some lands for a Pernicious Deed. Follow up with a Ceratops and Prowling Serpapod. Take things home. Doesn't feel good though. Elves sideboards frequently have things like 4-ish discard spells, 3-ish graveyard hate cards in a lot of cases, 1 to 3 additional creatures that are Green Sun or natural order targets, such as Progenitus or Scavenging Ooze. Things like Mindbreak Trap or Deafening Silence are somewhat common. Things like Gaddock Teague are common. Sometimes you'll see enchantments in their sideboard as well. Yes, but I'm not going to assume that my opponents are playing Leyline of the Void. That's not like 100% stock in elves, and my opponent might not know to bring it in the first place. I was going to decay my opponent's first creature literally no matter what it was, for like Gaia's Cradle and Birchlore Ranger type reasons. I don't think I want to wait until their turn in case they only have one Savannah. Like, I don't want to give them the opportunity to like rebuy that and get an extra mana out of the Quirion Ranger. I think I slow roll this deed. I don't think I play it out this turn into something like an Abrupt Decay. I think I'm just going to play my Veteran Explorer here, hope to draw a land to Pernicious Deed, and activate it in the same turn. This is a bit greedy, but I like it. I would just like my opponent to vomit 1-mana elves. Natural Order is going to be very good against me. Post Pernicious Deed. They have Progenitus. The 1-mana elf, but it's probably going to be a Wirewood Symbiote. The Quirion Ranger. Oh man, if I draw that land, probably get a 4 for 1. That would be good. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Singing Tree, thank you very much for following. Hope you're enjoying the content. Think I can get in 1 point of damage too? Might be able to get in 1 point of damage. Nice. I have white, white, I have black, black. At this point, I'm just going to grab forests. Usually I'm on the wrong side of the pernicious deed, so this definitely feels okay. Opponent could rebuild with a glimpse. One, two, three, four, five, six as of right now, so I can shifting Ceratops and attack next turn. I got to Wirewood. They've essentially rebuilt in one turn. That's very unfortunate. Now I get to make the choice of like, do I want to get in 5 damage this turn? Or do I want to hit for 9? Alright, so in terms of clock, if I just play Shifting Ceratops and give it haste, it's a 4-turn clock. Play Shifting Ceratops and Prowling Serpapod this turn. I don't get any attacks, and it kills in 2 attacks, so it's theoretically a 3-turn clock either way. But opponents can block, so the Shifting Ceratops that has like haste this turn is probably more valuable. There's also a very good chance that I do multiple things next turn if I have a live draw. Attacking like this also means that I can hold up Trample this turn and maybe in future turns as well. I need like another deed or a draw of that general caliber. Yeah, now like you can't tell at all that I 5-for-1 my opponent. That's the power of Elvish Visionary and Wirewood Symbiote together. I mean, why even worry about it? Like, we die if it happens, unless we get incredibly lucky. There are theoretical worlds in which I can beat a Progenitus. Turn 5 and I'm not dead, so you can tell I did something. Okay, I guess that's fair. Ugh. I can just be Quirion Ranger, huh? You have something that kills me now, then? natural order amounts of mana. Yep. 5 creatures, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep. Dead. We're dead after turn 3, 5 for wanting our opponent. Yikes. Definite yikes. Alright. I won the die roll. Nope. Also, nope. I don't have a Dryad Arbor to get to accelerate my mana. That's unfortunate. Help me, Sylvan Library. You're my only hope. I mean, it's still a 5 for 1. The opponent just like mitigates the effects of that through their own card draw. You know, each one of their Elvish Visionaries ends up being like a 2 for 1 each turn that they have one in play, and so they recoup that loss easily. And do like a good Maverick impersonation in this game, I guess. Be Bayou Savannah to start things off with. Okay. We got a 2 for 1, which helps dig us out of our mulligan. But if these cards aren't good, I'm like really in trouble. Our opponent's just playing some control deck or something. Yeah, that's fine. My hand is garbage. I will gladly sit here and play draw forever until my hand is good. Really? Or you just like you have a shark type goon? Yeah, I want more cards before I answer that token. You can attack me for 2 for a bunch more turns. I do not care. Lol. Wait, do I just slam it? How do they beat this? They look to be a mono blue deck. They can't bounce it. They can't block it. What can they possibly do to beat this card if they are a mono blue deck? They have played 4 islands in a row, which makes me think they are mono blue. Yeah, I think we're going. If they are not mono blue and they have coincidentally drawn 4 islands in a row, so be it. But that would be very statistically unlikely to draw 4 islands in a row in a blue-white deck. I think they're mono blue. Like, if they fetch planes and Swords of Plowshares this, like, so be it. But this really indicates a mono blue deck. I stand by all of my decisions. A blue deck is going to play fetches even if they're mono blue. Yeah, like you have cantrips to shuffle cards away for. You have cards like Mystic Sanctuary. I think I'm gonna double decay stuff on my opponent's turn. So a lot of these lists are only playing one Shark Typhoon. We may not need to expect another one of those. We'll see. Force of Will and float 1 blue mana for some reason. We'll go to the second main phase, please. Snapcaster Mage targeting a Brainstorm. Okay. You are presumably going to Brainstorm now. Cared about the last Cabal Therapy a whole lot. You have Force of Willed on Cabal Therapies twice. Seems insane to me. I have Forest. Let's get another Forest and a Swamp. And we'll attempt a Nether Void. You've used 2 Force of Wills, pitched a Spell Pierce. Still have another counterspell. Could like hardcast a Force of Negation or something. Nether Void sticks. Nice. Yeah, I don't know that I agree that this is a bad matchup. Like, opponent keeps Force of Will and Cabal Therapies. We can't be doing that badly. Really annoying if this is a third standstill, though. That's also quite annoying. This probably means that the Nether Void sticks. God damn it. That was a very frustrating series of draws. They put a card on bottom, and then we hit the redundant fourth Nether Void. Also, just like Fate Seal me into Oblivion. Like I obviously have nothing right now. This getting back to standstill is cute. Um, yeah, so like this can't be countered, but it doesn't have protection from blue. Oh, is this an enchantment as well? Oh, that's an enchantment as well. Yeah, we're not beating that then. That's frustrating. I do not think our opponent played well. But unchecked Jace is still good in 2020. Carpet of Flower, Veil, and Choke all seem insane. Do we want Rex Sage to blow up their standstills? This doesn't do anything in this matchup, right? They can still activate their planeswalkers. Their stuff being 1/1s versus like 2/1s or 2/2s or something isn't all that big of a deal. Would I like ever want to put this into play over just getting another void, given the option? I don't know. Maybe I leave it in there because if I already have another void in play, this I want to fetch this. Ooh, enchanted player can't activate abilities that aren't mana abilities or loyalty abilities. Yes, I guess that does stop cycling. So, yes, okay, that will be worth doing. I don't think I really want Diabolic Intent. So I'm not getting rid of any of these. And I'm not getting rid of any of the. I probably need to keep Deed. Maybe I trim the Veteran Explorer stuff a little bit, since I'm bringing in 2 carpets and the game's going to go slowly anyway. Like maybe I do that. Trim this. Maybe leave this as a tutor target. And trim 1 therapy or something. Is mana leaking every spell a blue player plays good? Hell yeah. I'm not sure this hand actually does anything. I'm going to mulligan it. I will keep this hand. Carpet of Flowers would handily be the best draw. I'm unsure if I'm supposed to just slam choke on turn 3. Probably not as of right now. Weird, though. I think I wait. Like, I would really like them to, like, ponder or something like that with their mana. And then I get to, like, choke in Veil of Summer. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Sure. And do I wait even longer now so that I can, like, Cabal Therapy them Veil of Summer in response to their inevitable counterspell on Cabal Therapy and then choke them? I don't know. This is a very good turn to choke. They have to have like double Force of Will or double Force of Negation so that this choke doesn't resolve. I think I cannot wait. I'm gonna get some basics because like back to basics is a thing that could reasonably exist in my opponent's deck. Nice. I'll Cabal Therapy for Council Judgment next turn. Who cares about swords to plowshares? I have two shifting ceratops. I care about their mana getting unlocked. Their myth realized isn't a particularly potent clock right now in the face of like the amount of damage that I'm representing. Things can change, like depending on what my opponent does. That's frustrating. Ah, like the most possible fucking frustrating hand they could have here. Because I can't like play a Ceratops flashback it, get rid of Council's Judgment to protect the other Ceratops because they also have Snapcaster Mage. That's a tilt. Also, if our opponent has like land disenchant, why do they force of negation the choke? The line that my opponent's taking is setting them up to be destroyed by an abrupt decay. I don't know about opponent's line here. Like their plan is I'm going to block the Ceratops with a like 6 toughness Etherealized. But if I get an abrupt decay and I haven't played one yet this game, if I get an abrupt decay, their line really falls apart. Man, they're gonna. Did they just take a billion this turn? They tapped out. And choosing to play around back to basics earlier is costly. If I had one more green mana, I get 4 more damage through this turn. Oh, pro blue as well. Never mind. Yeah, opponent's line was worse than I thought. I was thinking about trampling over Snapcaster Mage. I just derped on the protection. One vote. 2 votes. Yeah, now all I need is like an abrupt decay for this myth realized. My opponent to like not have swords to plowshares, and I'm good. Their counters? I know my opponent has Force of Will. If Academy Rector resolves, then Myth Realized is no longer a thing. I think I do cast it this turn. They may not realize the value that this has. I didn't show them the curse in the other game. Alright. Good enough to get the Force. That's fine. Now I don't get to attack with Shifting Ceratops this turn. So, Abrupt Decay, Rector are great. One, 2 green. Okay, so I can cast both of these. Yeah, I guess that just means I'm crashing in. Yeah, I will. I'll let you get in front of the bus here. Is Trample better than playing Prowling Serpapod now? Probably. That's the draw in which it's perhaps not better, but that's okay. Nice. So now that represents a lethal attack. If my opponent doesn't put Snapcaster in front of it. I might just cycle this Veil. Especially now. Like, the hexproof portion is protecting from a Jace bounce or like a Teferi bounce. Is otherwise not relevant. Having 2 looks at another creature here might be interesting. Yeah, now I can't cycle. I need to use this to protect from a Jace bounce. That's annoying. It also forces a green sun through. Pretty sure Snapcaster Mage was supposed to attack there. I can get Overwhelming Splendor, and it turns their Snapcaster Mage into a 1/1. But they can still activate Jace. I guess I can sacrifice this at instant speed. Man, I wish I had another win condition. That was an enchantment. Ooh. I have 2 chokes, don't I? That's interesting. Just take the 2, 3, 4 things. So opponent could Jace bounce their Snapcaster Mage and Snapcaster Council's Judgment away this choke. But they have to see that line. I think I'd go for it and hope they don't see it. I'm gonna go for the choke. The Sylvan Library would also be pretty hot. So I need opponent to miss what is in my mind a very obvious line. but they've been Force of Will and Cabal therapies, so who knows? Yeah, something crazy like a sandworm. Oh wow, they missed it. I'm not willing to Veil of Summer for a Jace activation yet, but we'll see. Yeah, Cruel Reality, something of that nature, is strong. So like now I can draw an Abrupt Decay, and it shuts off the Snapcaster line in future turns. Is good. So similarly, they have Snapcaster Bounce Swords to Plowshares this turn, but that eats up islands. Jace Brainstorm, eh? Jace Bounce I could have seen. This is probably the point where I need to cast this spell because it's not going to do anything from here on out. Opponent is missing points of damage off their Snapcaster Mage, which is incredibly relevant, given that they're likely to time out. So I can activate abilities at any time. So at any moment, I can convert Academy Rector into Sylvan Library, Nether Void, Pernicious Deed, or Overwhelming Splendor. Opponent not attacking with their Snapcaster Mage. Is super relevant if I get Sylvan Library into play. Yeah, so I can see myself winning this via like sack Rector at instant speed, get Sylvan Library, use Sylvan Library to find a dinosaur, give the dinosaur haste, and crash in there. And opponent just killed themselves. Good line, opponent. Good line. Well, if they're playing for time concerns, then they have to win that game, right? I think they legitimately just killed themselves. Opponent was salting at me a bit in chat earlier. I How do I change what I'm doing given what I saw that game? I don't know that I really change anything. The overwhelming splendor is awkward, but probably needs to stay in. I'm probably gonna bring my pernicious deed in because like one of their best ways to mise a win in 3 minutes involves them just sticking a myth realized. I'm gonna bring in Rex Sage and Pernicious Deeds as additional answers to those cards. So on the draw, where I just need to survive for a couple of minutes, I don't know that I need to. There's the salt concession. Yep, okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and run to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's get back into it. In a number of different ways, my opponent killed themselves that match. So, like, in the literal sense, they killed themselves by fetching and reducing their life so total to 0. But in the metaphorical sense, they force of willed 2 Cabal therapies, which were not guaranteed to hit. They took suboptimal Jace lines that put them far, far behind. They tapped out in a way that caused them to take 10 damage that they didn't need to take. I should not have won that one, but the opponent gave it to me as a present, so I will take it. My opponent is on a Yorion deck, so keeping a hand that has a Sylvan library is probably totally fine. Notably, if we have another one that goes really long like the last one, I will not be able to finish all 5 rounds. Got about another 50 minutes to an hour. So if we end up playing against like another dedicated control deck, we might have to finish the last one some other time. It sure feels like this deck needs a Dryad Arbor. Like, the reason it doesn't have a Dryad Arbor is because it has Pernicious Deed, and, like, those things are a Nunbo together. But I have a bunch of, like, 4 mana cards that I would like to cast before turn 4. See? So many. Okay. Before we have information about what my opponent is doing, I'm just going to fetch basics. Now I'm going to have one of each basic, and I'll be comfortable fetching non-basics from here. This isn't a Veteran Explorer game. This is a, like, Shifting Ceratops game. So, like, this is a 5 mana card as of right now. Oh, we're getting World Gorger comboed or reanimated. Good thing I have an overwhelming splendor in my deck that I can fetch up to turn Grizzlebrand into a 1/1. I can also just draw an Abrupt Decay or Animate Dead, so this Grizzlebrand is not a death sentence. I probably can't get too crazy with my life total because there's a Grizzlebrand on the other side of the table. I'd probably take the Diabolic Intent here because I can use it to sacrifice Academy Rector. I could put back any card. Are there worlds where I need mana and I need to cast this Green Sun this turn? Well, I can, if I cast the Green Sun for X equals 1, I can choose to shuffle my library and then keep this for future Sylvan Library turns. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, the Dryad Arbor so that I get to Rector this turn would have been huge. I don't concede to a discard spell here. Wow, that is aggressive. Like doing that pre-combat. Like, I'm probably not a Lightning Bolt deck or anything, but like, why? Unless you have a weird, like, haste reanimation spell, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me to do all of this pre-combat. They have 80 cards in their deck. They could have literally anything. Yeah, fine. I probably concede on my turn to not give away more information. Like, my opponent must have... Oh, they have... Wow, Dance of the Dead, New Teferi as well. No one knows how that card works. Text is too small. Okay, do I want to play Academy Rector this turn, sacrifice it with Diabolic Intent next turn, get Abrupt Decay to kill Animate Dead? I don't think I want to show my opponent more cards. I think, like, with my opponent having draw another 7 at the ready, that my chances of winning this are borderline 0. I'm going to go ahead and just pack this one in. Wildfire, you can't know how it works. Text is so small. You would need, like, microscope. My surveillance network tells me that you do not have a microscope right now. What cards are good? Like, other than Collector Oof, all of the cards that are in my sideboard are reasonable cards that I could bring in for the matchup. My opponent's deck is kind of frustrating to play against in that, like, it's just playing a bunch of good cards. It has a combo kill, but it can also just play a control game against you. So, like, versus the combo side, you want this stuff. Versus the control side, you want this stuff. And if you sideboard for the wrong side of the deck, it's rough. So versus the Reanimator side, an Overwhelming Splendor that's in play wins me that game. I I think I want this stuff. I think I want a Rex Sage to be able to tutor up, which makes me like feel like I want to fight against the control side of the deck rather than the combo side of the deck. I think that's going to mean getting rid of this, getting rid of some of my weaker threats, maybe trimming 1 to 2 Nether Voids, brewing more Prowling Serpopods. Yeah, they're uncounterable. Yeah, probably have to keep at least one, or I don't just like win games. Yeah, I trim the Veteran Explorers since I'm bringing in carpets. Yeah, maybe like it's weird because I need the therapies to sacrifice my rectors. But yeah, like therapy is definitely worse than normal. If I draw lands, this hand is great. If I don't draw lands, well, you know. You really not? I'm gonna say, like, there's no way you keep a one lander. I'm not gonna play around back to basics because given the nature of my hand, losing one of my lands probably wrecks me anyway. By no stretch of the imagination is this the world's best joke. This is kind of the bait spell here. God, why? Maybe we'll get to 11 mana to cast it. So, like, the real question is, like, if I draw a fourth land, is playing Nether Void or playing Shifting Ceratops better? Assuming the board's empty. Ow. Hippity. You're banned. I guess this is mana ramp for me, though, so, like, it's okay. I'm probably deeding for one anyway, and then playing a Shifting Ceratops with haste on my turn. That's just probably what the game plan looks like. And give them more main phase mana to take out one creature. Given that it's a green creature that will block Shifting Ceratops, I think I'm okay with that. I'm less okay with that if they play an Oko, I guess. Because that makes green things that can block Shifting Ceratops. Is a really weird position. Like, I kind of want to waste my deed to not give them the main phase mana. But maybe I can make them decay the deed at some point this game. Kind of sucks that my Veteran Explorer effect here is like very symmetrical. It's not like a matchup like say Rug Delver where like you get lands and your opponent doesn't. My third green source, I guess I'll take a black as well. Hmm. Hasty Ceratops or give him the Nether Void. Feels like giving them the Nether Void is pretty good. But like Hasty Ceratops is very hard for a bug deck to deal with anyway. Like Hasty Ceratops into Hasty Ceratops is terrifying. Nether Void's good against the combo portion of the deck, though. And maybe I should respect the combo side of the deck by doing this. Like, Hasty Ceratops into Hasty Ceratops is still just as scary next turn. This just means that if opponent has Force of Will or Force of Negation, it's live, whereas that's not the case versus Shifting Ceratops. Pitched a Brazen Borrower, which in my mind is a pretty good card. I wonder if like this is going to be a pivot turn where my opponent puts their Yorion in their hand. A Leovold. Sure. Yeah, they put Yorion in their hand. I would like to draw another land so that I can Shifting Ceratops while also bouncing one of their creatures so that I take a little bit less damage. But it's okay if I don't. I don't exactly know what my opponent has to take a Ceratops off the battlefield. It seems like a lot of my opponent's removal is going to be green or black. Well, green based is what's relevant here, I guess. They have push. That sure isn't good for me. I guess I'm going like Ceratops Haste. How am I beating my opponent? Like, I go Ceratops Haste this turn, I put them to 7. I bounce, like, I can't bounce their Yorion because of Fatal Push. Like, Yorion bounces Snapcaster. I have to bounce Leovold. Do I have to play defensively now? I'd have to play defensively. A lot of people forget that Shifting Ceratops gives reach. I think I play defensively, use some Abrupt Decays next turn to clear out their smaller creatures, then I can safely bounce Yorion and stop getting clocked by it. Oh, cool. I get to kill Yorian here. Four, seven, eight, nine. How am I getting out of this next turn? Next turn I can abrupt decay both of these. I might need to give them a card and bounce the Leovold, just so I don't take a billion damage here. It sucks because they can just recast it. But I think I need to save the life. I believe I am just... I couldn't Cabal Therapy Leovold. I know that's in there. They also presumably have Force of Will, given that they didn't hardcast the Leovold. God. That's brutal. And Abrupt Decay the Snapcaster on their turn. And I can't put Ceratops on top of my deck. I don't have enough black. In case of another Veil of Summer, I guess I should just decay this now. God damn it. We're good there. We're good there. All right. We can try to squeeze in the last match. That was a little disappointing. Did not expect to lose that one. But like Fatal Push and Assassin's Trophy to take out the Ceratops that I thought that my opponent would have a great deal of trouble answering. It was hard on morale. Alright, we're playing against Bob. Could be playing basically anything. I'm going to keep this hand on the Strength of Sylvan Library. This is a Depths variant. Seems like yes. God, if I had a Dryad Arbor. Okay, so now Elvish Reclaimer represents a Merit Lodge next turn. So I need to like rip something like Caracas. I guess getting Forest is strictly better than getting Bayou there because of the opponent's Urborg. Alright, we die this turn. What do we have for Merit Lodge? We have Thought Seizes. We have Veil of Summer for their discard spells. And I guess I can wreck Sage for things like Sylvan Library that they might have. Let's maybe go Vexing Shusher out. I think we trimmed but did not cut Nether Voids before. Diabolic Intent is a tutor for Caracas. Guess that's okay. Probably trim one of these. I don't know that I get to trim that. Maybe I do trim this. And maybe one more of these. Yeah, womp 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 confirmed. This deck did not execute its primary game plan nearly as often as I thought it was going to. Like, even when with mulliganing a fair amount, my opponent have stopped my Veteran Explorer stuff, so I'm not getting to 4 earlier. This hand doesn't do anything. This hand has no green mana. And this hand is bad. Well, I feel like we have played against like the worst possible decks to showcase Nether Void, to be fair. I don't think this hand wins the game. I think I go to 4. Like, I can make a Veteran Explorer and not do anything with it. I have an Academy Rector, but no way to sacrifice it. Like, I don't think I win with this. think at this point I'm hoping for like a veteran explorer cabal therapy hand. Okay, there. Bottom, 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 bottom. Done. Casting a Once Upon a Time in response to a Cabal therapy is kind of weird because, like, you guarantee show me something that's in your hand. I guess, like, you're priced into taking a land with that decision there. Actually, I need to, like, probably name something like Thoughtseize here. So I don't lose my Veteran Explorer. Thoughtseize and Inquisition. God damn it. That's really frustrating. Like, I essentially need to rip Caracas off the top. Bob really Luxac into Vampire Hexmage as well. Oh, it's crop rotation. Alright. Cool. So that was a very disappointing showing. Overall thoughts were that the deck does not get to 4 mana consistently enough and fast enough to cast these cards on time. The deck also needs an alternate win condition that it can find other than just Overwhelming Splendor for the times where you draw Overwhelming Splendor or for when that doesn't work. I think I never drew Carnage Tyrant, but I respect it for what it is. I think some of this stuff probably needs to go for like an alternative win condition that's an enchantment and more ways to get to 4 mana more consistently. Yeah, Sandwarp Convergence, Cruel Reality, something of that nature would totally be fine. Little disappointed that this deck didn't have a better showing because I was like really excited for this one. We had some interesting games of Magic, but we only won one match, and we only won that match because like our opponent like punted it to high heaven multiple different times. So, like, the brew was sweet, but we did not get results with it, and that is what it is. Whoop, whoop. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back again sometime soon, I'm sure. If you're not following already, please consider following to support my channel. Have a great rest of the day, and I'm going to turn you over to Anurag.